I got every excuse in the world to be in jail.
Right.
I got every excuse in the world to be a failure.
Yeah.
Like the kids that coming through the foster home, it's the foster home to prison pipeline. Like, a lot of people don't talk about that.
Right.
The population of people who spend a year or two in the foster care system that actually go and graduate from college, 'cause I got a bachelor's degree in communication and marketing.
Good.
It's like 1%. It's like 1 or 2%. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm saying that to say that I come from a lot of trauma that happened and things happened to me, but I didn't allow that to stop me.
Welcome to the About That Wallet podcast show. Again, I'm here still at FinCon. I was able to bump into James, who is the owner of the Black Millionaires. And I want to say thank you so much for actually wanting to come on to the show and support everything that we do. And I'd love to learn a little bit more about you. But the main question that I have today, which is, what does wealth mean to you?
Yes, I appreciate you, man. We talked about some things on how you are going to level up your brand and level up the podcast.
Yes.
So I love that you're here and hungry for knowledge. So that's really dope. My name is James Hill. I'm the CEO of Black Millionaires. I started the brand a few years ago. I was a former mortgage banker, so I worked in finance for a few years right out of college, and I got on a private jet, got exposed to what real wealth was, and that real wealth to me is time and it's assets that produce income that allows you to do whatever you want. And what that means is a lot of times when you make money with the assets that you own, you still go back to work because you're passionate about what you're doing, but you don't necessarily have to work. So the root of poverty is not owning your own 24 hours, not owning what you have to do. So someone else can control you and tell you what to do. And it doesn't really matter how much money you have. It's about really how much freedom you have and how much freedom you have in terms of the daily decisions that you make.
Right.
So if you wake up every single day and you can't, if you want to read a book today and you wanted to stay in the house and, you know, spend time with your family or whatever, that's real wealth because you are controlling your own 24. But if you're thinking about 100 different other people who control you, then that means you're not really as wealthy as you think. So wealth to me is in assets, it's in time, and it's in income that I don't actually have to work for. Right? So that's what real wealth is to me.
That is amazing, dude. Because I'd never. Let me applaud you on that. Because, and that's one of the things that I try to let people do. Not let people do, but try to let them know. It's like, go ahead on and splurge that one time to go ahead on and, you know, buy that penthouse, rent it, not buy it, but actually rent out for like even a night, just to kind of see the different opportunities and the way that people are out there, to see what is possible if you stay your grind or whatever it is. So because you talk about, can you talk a little bit more about the Black Millionaires? Like, what is that all about, though? Yeah, man. Hey, thank you for asking. So Black Millionaires is a digital media and marketing firm. So pretty much we highlight different entrepreneurs who have built their wealth through non-traditional ways that the media promotes. So it's traditional to us to be an entrepreneur, to own a trucking company, to be a construction business, to be in real estate, but that's not what the media portrays. If you let the media tell it, every one of us that are successful, and when I say one of us, I'm talking about black people, they're an entertainer or they are an athlete. And the reality is that is the top 1% of our talent. The bottom 99% is the entrepreneurs, the inventors, the investors, the people who own franchises, the people who own restaurants. All of those people get left out. So my job as the CEO of Black and owner of Black Millionaires is to highlight those individuals and give them the same media coverage, if not more, than the athletes and the entertainers. And that's what we've been doing over the last few years. We've been very, very successful at doing that. And now, we've been doing a lot of things online, and now we're taking it offline. So we got the Black Millionaires Conference coming up, February 3rd through the 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. So we do a whole lot of things. So it's kind of
a long-winded approach to kind of describe it, but that's the core of our business. And then the marketing aspect is helping people build million-dollar brands and billion-dollar brands. So I have a lot of different clients that we work with, and we help them leverage social media to acquire customers, because customer acquisition is the number one thing that stops businesses from doing 10,000 a month to 100,000 a month to $1 million a month.
Right.
So you can't get attention, and you can't get people to listen to what you're doing and to stay long enough so you can sell them a product. It don't matter what the product is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we help and leverage our platform that we have built over the years to allow entrepreneurs to acquire customers through the partnerships that we have.
I love that. So being here at FinCon, what do you hope to get out of FinCon?
Really, it's just really getting in the room and connecting with a lot of our supporters and the people that helped us become what we've become. It's like every time I'm walking around, somebody stopping me trying to take a picture, somebody stopping me doing this, saying, hey, one of the guys said, you're the reason I started my business and I did 10,000 last month.
Wow.
So in that case, I'm just really trying to put a face and shake the hands of the people that have supported us over the years, because it's been the pandemic. So, we've been shut down a lot. And everything's been virtual, but a lot of things now are in person. You're actually connecting with a lot of the people that support you. So me being here and my team being here is really putting a face and a handshake to the name, and then connecting with a lot of different entrepreneurs and brands here as well. But the main aspect is really to put a face to what we do and connect with a lot of the people that support us. So we try to go to probably about 2 or 3 conferences a month.
Wow.
And just really connecting with people. A lot of times we do media coverage when we do go, but we didn't do media coverage for this event. So I'm just really walking around and connecting with a lot of the people.
Yeah, I love it, because we don't see that a lot in our culture. So like you said, you mostly hear about the entertainers, so let the media talk about it. And with the social media platforms, a lot of us still look at that same content. If not, it's more negative content that's being promoted out there.
Correct, and we don't promote. We don't, and that's another thing too, which is crazy about what we do.
Right.
Is we don't post negative content. If somebody shoot up a school or somebody do something, we don't post about that.
Right.
Because we know the power of brand association, and we understand that there are other media outlets that's their whole job.
Yeah.
They post up the breaking news on whatever's going on. That's not our job. We would like to post breaking news on positive things. Now, the good thing about that is we have a great positive audience, and we build and we connect and inspire a lot of people. The bad thing about it is everything in the world isn't positive.
Right.
So we're not naive to the world. The world is negative. There's a lot of negativity around black people, or just entrepreneurship, or starting a business, or whatever in general. But we just focus on the positive aspect of it, and that's how we've made our name. Because instead of trying to be everything and trying to be better at things that people are been doing for years, we wanted to just be the best at what we do, and that's just promoting positivity around our culture.
I love that, because we do need that more often than not, honestly, and that's what I try to do, but still got a lot of work to do. As you know, we talked offline obviously about this. So it's like the kid that's sitting at home listening to this right now, and they have like how can I say? They have not such of a good household, like the parents and the moms.
I can help with that a lot, man.
Yeah.
I didn't come from a good household, man. In terms of my situation, I had a lot of things that went sour in my situation growing up. I lost my mom at 4 years old. I was in a foster home for 2 years. But the good thing that happened is I got adopted by my grandmother, who loved on me, who believed in me, and she didn't have much in terms of money, but she did provide a safe roof over my head. Ain't nobody steal my credit, ain't nobody jack me up, ain't nobody do nothing, ain't nothing crazy happened to me in terms of that, other than I'm losing my parent, and my dad was incarcerated for a while. But other than that, man, I did have a situation where if I wanted to go out and hustle and shovel snow, cut grass, do all that to make money, I knew I had to do it, and my grandmother allowed me to do it, and that's what I used to make money. So it's I got every excuse in the world to be in jail.
Right.
I got every excuse in the world to be a failure.
Yeah.
Like the kids that coming through the foster home, it's a foster home to prison pipeline. Like a lot of people don't talk about that.
Right.
The population of people who spend a year or two in the foster care system that actually go and graduate from college, 'cause I got a bachelor's degree in communication and marketing.
Good.
It's like 1%. It's like 1 or 2%. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm saying that to say that I come from a lot of trauma that happened and things happened to me, but I didn't allow that to stop me. So for the individual who's sitting at home listening to this, yeah, something probably happened to you, and I can't say your situation is worse or better than mine. Everybody is an individual, and everybody reacts to things that happen to them differently.
Right.
But all I'm saying is, if I made it, you ain't got no excuse.
Right.
You're here, you're breathing, you get a chance every single day. If I made it through the foster care system, if I made it through losing a parent real young to gun violence, if I made it off the east side of Detroit where it was drugs and crime and everything around me that I didn't even understand that the world was a lot different.
Yeah.
Like it was prostitution, everything around my entire environment. But I was growing up, walking to school, putting myself through school, and I walking past all this. I walked past the drug house in school. Some of those people were my friends, and I'm wondering, like, why you not going to school? They like, oh no, we staying here. They never told me, but then once I got older and understood, oh, they dropped out in the 9th grade and they were selling drugs. So I was around all of that.
Yeah,
but I'm not a bad person. I never sold drugs. I never did anything. I never did anything to put myself in a situation to where I would go to jail or do anything like that. So I just don't really like excuses, man. Like I'm not telling people that their situation isn't valid and their reason isn't valid to be a failure, but I'm saying you got every opportunity in the world to be a success, and you owe it to the people that believe in you to actually make something of your life. So yeah, we can have a pity party for the first 15 minutes, but the rest of the 23 hours and 45 minutes of the day, I want you trying to figure out a solution to your issue. Go to therapy if that's what you have to do. I go to therapy, right? Budget, save your money if that's what you had to do. I used to budget and save, and now I'm at a situation where I just need to earn more. All right, if I really want to get to that billionaire status, I gotta earn more. I gotta acquire more assets. I gotta do more partnerships. I gotta network and connect, which is why I'm coming to meet a lot of people here at FinCon. So I'll listen to your excuse for 15 minutes, but the other 23 hours and 45 minutes, I'm focused on the solution.
There you go. So did you set up boundaries for people now that you're at this status where you're at now?
I think the boundaries set themselves, because it's not that you change when you start to become successful. Other people start to change in how they look at you, right? So some boundaries set themselves. So when I start succeeding, making good money, I don't have a job anymore. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things like that. When I start doing those type of things, a lot of people who wasn't on that same path, they kind of cut themselves off. So I didn't really have to set no real boundaries and say, this is my new boundaries. A lot of people saw the way I was moving, and they didn't fit into that equation, so they X'd themselves out. So the boundaries is just really, you set boundaries by doing what you said you were going to do.
Right.
Like if you set a boundary and you say, I'm going to shoot a podcast once a week and I'm going to do X, Y, Z, it's going to be a lot of people who fall off because they can't keep up with your consistency. So setting boundaries is really about setting goals for yourself, doing whatever it takes to achieve that goal, and the people who don't align with it, they're going to cut themselves off. So I didn't really have to set too many boundaries with personal people. I just did what I did and focused on my business, and then people started to fall off and cut themselves off.
Man, that's one way to definitely look into it, because wow.
Because think about if you're so focused on trying to set boundaries, you're focusing on other people.
The negative.
You're focusing on other people. But if you just set the goals, the other people are going to be irrelevant to what you're doing.
Right.
Because if your goal is to show up and do your show, I don't have to set a boundary on don't call me at this time, don't call me at that time. I'm going to just, when I'm doing my show, I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and that's the whole boundary.
That's it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not really about setting boundaries for other people. It's about setting goals and boundaries for yourself, and other people are going to fall in line with that negatively or positively. And I just focus on the positive.
Okay. So, getting to the millionaire status is not easy.
It's probably the hardest thing you ever going to do.
So, do you recall when you made that first breakthrough of getting to that high, I would say, six-figure session?
So, yes, I do. So, when I realized that it takes the same energy, and I heard this so many times, but I really didn't believe it. I didn't start succeeding until I really believed it. That it takes the same energy to earn $1,000, to earn $100,000, and to earn $500,000. It takes the same energy.
Oh, okay.
Right? And a lot of times in your mind, you think that if I make $500 doing this, in order for me to make $5,000, I got to do 10 times the work. No, it's not. No, you just got to add 10 times the value. And adding value comes with sharpening your skills in a concentrated area for a few years and knowing your worth.
Gotcha.
That's all it takes. But a lot of times people tell you to diversify your income.
Yep.
Well, at first you got to concentrate your income before you can diversify.
Right.
So a tip I'll leave to all the listeners is you get rich by concentrating your income. You stay rich by diversifying. So
say that one more time. Say that one. I don't think they got it.
you get rich by concentrating your income,
right?
And you stay rich by diversifying your income. Think about all the rich people. Name 3 rich people right now.
All right, we got 3 easy ones, which is Mark Zuckerberg.
How did he get rich?
Focus on Facebook.
That's it. We don't know what he diversifying into now.
Right, that's true.
He got rich through Facebook. Name one more.
We got guy, they will say Max Maxwell.
Real estate.
Yeah, that's where he started. Yeah, wholesaling. Yeah.
Wholesaling.
Right. Okay. I mean, what's this guy's name? The one that started off with I know the guy's name. It's the one that started off. He'll start off with vending machines first.
I'm not sure.
Warren Buffett.
Oh yeah, Warren Buffett.
That's what he started with. Yeah.
Investments. That's it.
Because remember he started off with the.
If you Google Warren Buffett right now, he got quotes saying diversification is for idiots.
Oh.
Meaning, he's not saying diversification is bad, but he's saying if you're trying to catch 10 rabbits, you're never going to catch any of them. But you can catch one rabbit at a time.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can focus on that one rabbit. If you got 10 rabbits, you can focus on that one rabbit, feed it, try to get it in. Boom, you capture it. Now you got 9 to go.
Right.
But if you're trying to catch all 10 of them, you're not going to never catch it because they're too fast.
Right.
And life is, you only got so much time. So it's like you only can focus on what you can focus on. So concentrate your income, your effort, and your skills, and that's how you start to change your life.
Like it. So one last question before we go is that W-2 worker that's out there. Should they stay out for the long game, or should they just kind of start doing their own business? What are your thoughts?
I mean, at the end of the day, even if you are your own business owner, eventually you want to get paid from your business, so you're never going to get away from being a W-2 in terms of working for capital. But what you can do is try to figure out a way. So I'm going to give you a tip of one thing I did. So I realized that if I got up 45 minutes or to an hour earlier to go to my job when I was working, it was no traffic. So that means my hour commute cut into probably about 15 minutes.
Wow.
So now I got 2 hours of my day back, and I use that to invest in reading books and doing things like that. So it's like, if you're a W-2 worker, you can't blame your job on your financial situation. Your job sets your salary. It doesn't set your income.
Okay.
They decide what they pay you,
right,
and you accept that. That don't mean you can't take that income and go buy assets and diversify in terms of a business and start your business. It could be in the same industry you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're in technology, you can start consulting technology on the side.
Okay.
So you're not diversifying your skills, but you're getting a second stream of income that you control, and that can go to millions. A job probably ain't gonna pay you $1 million.
That's true. Man. All right, so much content, but I know we gotta get back out here networking because, you know, this is what we're here for, to try to grow our brands. And I definitely want to thank you so much for coming on the show and taking your time out, because, I'm trying to get my way there. I'll see you at the top one day.
Hey, I'll see you there. I appreciate y'all. Follow me on Instagram at James Hill TV. The conference can be found at blackmillionairesconference.com.
Yeah. Thank you, sirs. Yeah, take care. Bye.